after seeing that video, she already had her mind made up, in my opinion, that, you know, I may not be her flavor. That's just what it looked like.
And you know what's funny? They're only gonna focus on this point of the video, and I bet you there's gonna be some crazy caption like, "Oh, she tried to make him a rebound," or "She didn't really want him."
Woman not fully healed.
Yeah. Hey, what's poppin', YouTube? It's your boy KiteZz here with my lovely wife. It's just Alex.
What's up, peoples? You don't need to clap no more.
Anyway, hey, so even though our camera for some reason is detecting this white light behind Alex, so she must be haunted. But we're going to do the catch up with Chad and Johyko by Arlette Amuli. I guess it was a virtual catch up. Also, make sure you guys join the Discord for when we do these vlog talks, man. This week probably will be the first one. It'll probably happen the same day as the Pop the Balloon coming out, if we can get the time, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, let's tune in.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette.
Oh no, it's just Arlette by herself.
Dude, I thought that was key for a second.
Nah, it's always Arlette by herself. I forgot. I think it's because I saw BM talks to him and he was by himself in the last one. So.
We are here today with Chad and Johyko. Welcome y'all. How we feeling today?
Hey everybody. Feeling great.
Well, it's good to have you guys back. We did have you both on episode 22 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, where you ended up matching. All right. So then, is it a yes for you, for her?
It's a yes.
And is it a yes for you, for him?
It's a yes.
We got a match. I'll take this mic and you guys can go on. Oh,
Hubert.
Oh, give it up for them, y'all.
Not my dog, Hubert.
Okay, so obviously we saw on your episode there was quite a moment that went viral that included our lovely Miss Johyko. So, so Johyko, walk us through that moment when you were like, you know what, this wig is coming off. Like, tell us what was going through your mind. Like, just walk us through everything.
Should I give you like the entire backstory of how, like?
No. We don't need all that. Just let us know, like.
Short and sweet and to the point. No.
What made you be like, you know what, I'm gonna take my wig off?
Well, it was Hubert, you know, like the fact that he mentioned me having braids and lumps, and at the end of the day, I was like, I'm not gonna walk off this set and let millions of people assume that I had like some big old messed up braids to the point where they can be seen under a full custom made wig. So I was like, it was more so for that reason, you know? And then I'm just known to snatch wigs. I have no problem taking off wigs anywhere, whoever, whatever. So I don't need the wigs, you know?
Yeah, Hubert was cooked in that episode, man.
He tried it.
And then I tried to tune in and try to watch the BM talks to him just so I could listen to it as background chatter. And I was just listening to Hubert talk, and I'm like, I didn't get past the 5-minute mark, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. And I listened to a lot of stuff. It was just unentertaining. Like BM was trying, but it was just like, yeah, man.
What'd you crash out on the show for then?
I don't even know what was. He probably said it. I just didn't have the attention span for it. You know, maybe one day I'll do a live reaction to it, and I'll just use the chat to motivate me. But
that's crazy.
It's just like I couldn't do it, bro.
Okay, no, and honestly, like when you took it off, the hairstyle underneath, sis, I was like, why did she wear the wig? Why?
Yeah, I had to do it. I had to. It was just, even though the question was, or the statement was said like a few moments before, it was still in the back of my head. And I'm like, nah. So it was just a moment that I was thinking subconsciously, like, you're either going to walk off here and let people talk you through the mud about you having some dookie braids and lumps, or you're going to show them that you don't have any. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to show them, because, you know, some people, they will never take a wig off anywhere. Like, I'm very confident. I know
Yeah.
I look good with or without it, so I had no problem taking it off and proving a point. So
That's
Yeah,
right.
you do. You
yeah,
definitely look great both
thank
ways.
you.
So, Chad, during that moment, you were like, "Don't do it."
You sure did.
Well, Danny said the fool don't do it. I was about to say it, and then I saw her do it, and I was like, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which do you prefer? Wig on, wig off? What when you saw her?
She looked beautiful both ways, but if I had to choose, I would say wig off.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's the PR answer. Stay safe with it, brother. It's the safe one.
PR answer.
You know the sisters are watching. Don't do it, brother. Because if this doesn't work between y'all, you can still have hope. There's somebody that'll still scoop you up. Don't do it.
Good. Johyko, see, not too many people can pull it all off. So you go ahead, girl.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. So to go ahead and get into the juicy topic at hand that everybody tunes into these catch ups to know all about. So since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date?
That was the plan, right, Chad? The plan was definitely for. I mean,
3 back to back. It goes wrong is crazy work, man. But let me not assume.
either he was gonna come here. I've never been to Vegas. I've always wanted to go. So the plan was to, but we have not. We have not.
Okay. And where are you at again, Johyko, if you could remind us?
I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Okay. Okay. That's a little
But
bit of a distance.
I
But what
travel.
happened?
I travel.
Yeah.
That doesn't really get into the way. Distance is nothing for me. So
Okay.
what
So what got
happened?
in the way then?
I'm not even gonna lie. Like conversation with Chad was amazing. Like we still talk. We talk every day, almost. Not I wouldn't say every day, but we definitely check in on each other. I check in on him. But I would say the first thing that transpired when we all were leaving the set from that evening, and we were
Mm-hmm.
headed over to the spot that we end up hanging out after, and we were talking, and he told me that he was divorced, like myself. I think just about as long, like a year and a half. He was like, I'm in a similar situation like you. I've been divorced a year and a half, but then I noticed that he said wife like twice. So I was like, you sure you're divorced? Because this is the second time that you've mentioned wife. And he was like, no, no,
Okay.
no. Like, I am. Like, it just happens, which I don't do it so much anymore because I've been divorced 7 years. But I do know that, sometimes you're so used to calling somebody something. But
Right.
I just had to ask because this is not the first time you said wife. This is the second time.
He's only been divorced for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Given the history that he's been with this person, I don't think it'll be that easy to just like stop calling them wife or referring to them as your wife.
When I think of divorces and stuff like that, it reminds me of that episode of House, I think it was, where the guy had gotten to like a critical car accident, and he was coming out of he was going in and out of a coma, and he's like, I need my wife, and his current wife came, and he was like, you're not my wife, where's blah blah blah, and he was saying his first wife because his brain subconsciously
backtracked.
Yeah. And so the lady handled it pretty well in the show. Like she was like, oh, I understand that's his first wife, but his first wife passed away. So that was what it was.
Yeah.
It's So I get it though, but I get like maybe the brain, it's like giving somebody a nickname.
Yeah.
You feel me? If I call you A Dog for freaking 60 years and then suddenly, somebody like, oh, who's that lady? Oh, that's A Dog. Like, you feel me? Because I know. No, you're not. You're not even from A-Town.
I can still do it.
So that was the first thing. And then as we're talking and getting to know each other a little more, he was just talking about his divorce again. So I had asked him, well, when did you file specifically? And he said that the divorce is not final. But, he
do not start the next book until your first book is finished.
Because anything can happen. Y'all can rekindle old feelings, and memories, and y'all can cancel the divorce and try to make the marriage work. Don't do that while you separated either. Same thing. Anything can happen, even if you don't intend it to. Ooh.
Get separated. And while some people are okay with dating someone that's separated, me personally, having already gone through that and just knowing the emotional roller coaster, I prefer someone that's just completely detached from any type of situation, especially divorce where kids are involved and just, so many aspects are involved. There's just no telling what can happen. I have friends that got back with their ex-husbands just before the divorce or after. So yeah, unfortunately, that's just something I wish could have been conveyed to me up front so that, I could have been able to really make that decision. But he was honest and forthcoming about it, which I appreciated. He could have kept saying, I'm fully divorced, but I did appreciate his honesty about that. But, I had to now make a new decision. So I did.
Yeah, because now it makes sense why you're still saying wife. It's like, bro, legally,
she still is.
That's still your wife.
Yeah. You're
not single. You're not single till it's finalized. You could be separated, but you're not single. Yeah, buddy. So, yeah, to the people that go on that show, if you guys are considering going on that show, please understand, until your divorces or until your breakups is finished, y'all connections is done, y'all are not single. Y'all still got somebody clinging on attached to y'all when y'all going on this show. Because at the end of the day, they could be in the middle of it and then they go into the court case, you 6 months dating her, everything, walk in there, the wife come in, I don't want to do this. And it's just like...
And now if she don't want to sign, now the situation is prolonged.
Yeah.
Because both parties have to sign.
Yeah, so it's just... I don't know, man.
Lord.
Okay, so Chad, kind of bring it back on over to you. So are you in the works of a divorce, or it's still just a separation and the divorce hasn't been filed yet?
No, it's been filed. So what happened when I submitted for the show, I actually submitted for me and my cousin to go on there, but he did not want to.
No. Stop going on these shows, bringing family members with y'all. We already seen the devious cousins. We seen the horrible twin sisters. Like, dude, just stop bringing y'all family. This is not a buddy thing. Man, y'all are weird.
Be on that type of platform with that amount of people. So I submitted the application for myself.
I like his background.
It was about 3 or 4 days when everything was supposed to be finalized in June. Now, there was some circumstances that happened on her end that I don't even want to bring up that forced the date to be postponed to a later date, but everything is basically settled on that.
Okay.
The custody, the just about everything in the property. But yeah, so it got postponed. And by the time I was to get on the show, it was supposed to be completely finalized. But even before then, we already knew it was done and haven't even, no physical contact or interaction with each other for over a year. So, yeah, so that's why I wanted to, submit the application and get out there and see what it was going to do.
Okay. And like you said, you're fully detached by this point. So you are obviously ready to go back out there and begin dating again, right?
100%.
Yeah. Okay. So Johyko, for you,
what?
You don't think that's too soon?
What, a year from a divorce?
Yeah. Getting back into dating, because I feel like when you jump into trying to date another person that soon, you got to understand, like, all of who you are is embedded in another person, and all of what they are is embedded in you.
Right.
So I feel like you have to do a lot of deconstructing and a lot of like
dropping
internal work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say if in the case of a divorce, I would say a full year needs to be dedicated to the fact that you need to adapt to being an individual. Yeah. I say a full year adapting to being an individual, and I say you need to also do another year outside of that to basically reconstructing who you are as a person, like you said. So living single and living with a couple is one aspect, because sustaining on your own is one thing, and then reevaluating and reconstructing who you are as a person. Because like you said, if me and you separated right now, I'm going to do a lot of things instinctively because I'm attached to you. And you're going to do a lot of things instinctively because you're attached to me, which could cause problems for relationships because there's things that you can do with me that you probably can't do with another person.
And a lot of projections will be put on the other person.
Exactly.
Because you're so used to the person you've been with all these years.
Exactly.
And then the other person is like, well, why are you coming at me like, you know?
Yeah, because it could be bad or good things.
Yeah.
Have you been in a situation before where you were dealing with someone, you specifically, I know you said you know people, it's happened, but like, have you specifically ever dated someone who's in the process of a divorce?
I have, and it's something that I kind of found out again, like along the way. And I'm just the type of person, I put everything out on the table up front, take it or leave it. Like, give me the decision to, you know, decide whether I want to move forward in knowing this information. So the fact that I kind of found out like a few days later, and then it was just the lie. Chad, I love you. But the fact that he was like, oh, no, like
We both dispute that.
When I questioned him, like, you just said wife twice. Like, this is your second time you said wife. Are you sure you're divorced? And he told me, yeah. He gave me that reassurance. So just that lie, and I remember that was one of my deal breakers. So for whatever reason, he chose not to disclose that at the time. I prefer someone that's very transparent, very, I'm very, like I said on the show, I'm real big with integrity and honesty. Like, that goes a very long way for me. So it was the lie, which I consider to be a lie. And we've talked about it. He's like, it's not a lie. It was a lie. So,
okay. I can see both perspectives of it being a lie and it not being a lie. Because in his perspective, technically he is, right? Well, technically he is. Because the paperwork is finalized, the separation is finalized. It's just something on her end is backing it up. But everything on his part says, hey, I'm done. You get me? But I also get how it's not a lie because legally you're still connected. I mean, it is a lie because legally you're still connected. Yeah. So I can understand, but it's just perspective of how you feel about it. And honestly,
saying you're divorced versus saying you're going through the process of a divorce
are two different things. Okay, so
he told half of the truth,
which is a lie. Okay, so then I guess I'm gonna shut up my earlier statement because that is a good point.
Me, you had this,
I say separated. She says I said divorce, but
So you're saying you've already told her from the beginning that it was you're in a separation. You're not fully divorced.
Yeah, when we got to the place that we hung out and Aiden had drinks and everything, I said separated, and I don't know if I went into why it got postponed afterwards, but I do remember mentioning that it was supposed to be finalized in June, and there was things that happened, and we talked a lot about that behind the scenes. But what caused it for the date to get extended? So I was upfront that day about that because I didn't want to, she's in Florida, I'm out here. Start off with little details that may not be true. I could have sworn I said separated, but she's 100% adamant that I said divorce. But the ultimate truth is that there is no connection there, nothing to go back to really. So that's just that.
Okay.
I think the thing he's not understanding is like you can say that, but without something to actually give people the full on visual that it's gone. Because at the end of the day, it's just what you're saying. But if she doesn't know you, I can say a lot of things, and because you guys don't know me, the only person who would be able to say like whether it's true or not is Alex. So it's just like a lot of people. I understand like sometimes like your word is your your word is what you have. But you can't expect everybody to take your word
for what it is.
Exactly.
Okay. And if he would have told me he was separated, that would have been a deal breaker right off the bat for me. I would have definitely paid attention to that because again, I just prefer someone who has no ties.
You did say that day.
Although he is,
she
separated.
said that day.
She said that night. You said that. That's a deal. I'm going to be honest. That's a deal breaker for me. We still had a
No,
good
what I
time
told you
after
was a
that.
deal
And
breaker was that the only time I mentioned deal breaker was the passport because we end up, there were a lot of questions
you
I
did
did
say
not get
that.
to ask
Yeah,
on the
she's
show.
right. She's right.
So the
I
only
remember
time
her
I
saying that, but
mentioned,
she's right. It was for that.
right, the only time that I
Okay.
mentioned deal breaker was when I asked him,
That's
does he
true.
have a passport? And I was like, oh man, I was like, that would have been a deal breaker for me. But it's something that you can obtain at a later time. So I was
Yeah.
still open to just getting to know him. But trust me, had he told me, Arlette, he was separated, anybody that knows me know I don't do separations. I don't do none of that. I prefer someone who is 100% out of a situation. While they're separated and not living together, there are still a lot of things that have to be resolved within, that dissolution of the marriage. And it's just not something that I prefer not to. And don't get me wrong, like, I mean, there are people who are separated and back out on the dating scene and they have no ties. I just prefer not because there's just no telling what can happen. After the divorce, there's still that healing process. With my divorce, after I divorced, that reality hit. Like, as much as I was looking forward to it, it was painful. I had to heal, So
So you're thinking
I was gonna ask, isn't this still adultery?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it.
he's not fully.
The only time the Bible doesn't classify it as like you're not completely severed, because the Bible allows it. It allows a separation, but it's very specific on which forms of separation still count, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like the case, if I recall correctly, was in the case that a person marries somebody who is a non-believer.
Mm-hmm.
Then if that person is still a non-believer and they separate, the Bible says you should let them. If they want to separate, you should let them separate.
Yeah, because you were unequally yoked to begin with.
Right, and because you're not gonna face the attachment of it because that person was a non-believer.
Right.
So it's different though. It's different if there is two believers. But again, I'm not, because me and you have not been in any situations with divorce, and divorce is kind of not really talked about in the Bible. I will leave it up to the comments. If you guys are more, in tune with it, I'm all open to you guys typing your feedback or your understanding of it biblically wise. But if you're going to type it, I would ask that you give us some biblical representation or
some references.
Yeah, some references. That way we're all not operating in confusion.
Yeah.
But that scripture, hold on, let me find that scripture for y'all just to make sure that way. Right. So here's it. It's in 1 Corinthians. And if a woman has a husband who is not a believer and he is willing to live with her, she must not divorce him. For the unbelieving husband has been sanctified through his wife, and the unbelieving wife has been sanctified through her believing husband. Otherwise, your children should be unclean, but as it is, they are holy. But if the unbeliever leaves, let him do so. A believing man or woman is not bound in such circumstances. God has called us to live in peace. Okay, so let's get back to it, y'all.
Healed yet enough for
well, the
you
divorce
to
is not
him.
even final. Yeah, like there's a whole nother process post-divorce that you go through emotionally, mentally, just the adjustment of, like no longer having affairs and financial. It's just too much. I don't want to, so yeah, that was just my choice. And yeah, I don't recall him telling me he was separated. I would have definitely told him at that moment we can only be friends, but it didn't go down that way.
Okay. So now what if, we're saying everything finalizes, he's good to go, and he comes out and says, I'm officially a divorced man. What's it going to look like between you two?
I think honestly that would have to be a bridge that I would have to cross when it gets there,
Once it's there. Okay.
But even
Let me
outside
just
of
say
that,
this.
Okay, go ahead, Chad. Go ahead.
Let me just say this.
wait, I was talking, Chad. Let me
Oh,
finish.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna keep it. I get it, but Chad has also been. He hasn't been talking the majority of this video.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to get a turn to talk, but I understand it. It's kind of like this because this conversation has moved on, and he only got to put like one comment on it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, go ahead. I won't forget. Go ahead. My bad.
To truthfully answer your question, I spoke to Chad about this. Another thing that I don't deal with is drama, and unfortunately,
see, because now we're moving on to another part. This is a different part. He didn't get to touch on
Nothing
that
else.
last part.
The wife to be came on my page. She was on several blogs. Yeah, she commented on my page, and I prefer to be in healthy relationships. Where whether we get along or we don't, there's just no drama. So the fact that she did that, and we don't even have anything going on yet, it kind of, that was a red flag to me. I prefer to deal with, I don't mind a person that has an ex-wife, a baby mom, whatever that situation. But as long as they know how to be mature and handle themselves accordingly, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing even happened yet, and she's already on my page. Oh, you need to ask him this and da 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 da. No, I don't. I live a very peaceful, soft life. My kids, like, that's just not something I want to entertain.
Why do y'all do that?
Who's to say, down the road when something.
Because they're still attached. They're still attached.
It's just,
remember Pop the Balloon when one lady asked she asked one guy and she said, are there any women that still feel like they're attached to you?
Mm-hmm.
You get me? It's because it goes into a thing, and I think that's why God didn't really push for divorces until
death do us part.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it, is just because even when it comes down to sex, people have to realize that when God established sex, when you're getting that, you're going to know somebody. Mm-hmm. You guys are spiritually attaching to that person.
Regardless of you being attached to somebody, like, it don't give you the right to harass somebody.
Yes.
Like, I don't understand why people do that. I understand, like, you and, like, the person that you're married to, y'all are having issues, but why are you taking that out on the next woman?
Yeah, it's definitely wrong.
Why are you doing that? Why are you harassing her? Why are you talking about her in the blogs? Like, come on, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it's probably her, like, acting out of hurt and stuff like that, but at the same time, like, it's not warranted. She's not doing anything to you.
I would say a lot of people come to relationship conclusions when one side is not ready to conclude. And it's the same thing like when people go into arguments. Mm-hmm. There's always, no matter what the argument is, there's always going to be, unless you guys willingly come to a resolution, there's always going to be somebody that's unsatisfied with how the argument ended. Mm-hmm. You get me?
Something happened, so one of my lights just went out. Can you guys still see me fine?
Do you want to fix it? Yeah, we still see you. Did you want to fix it, or it's good? It's back. Looks like it's back.
Yeah, well, I have a backlight and I had my ring light on. But as long as you guys can see me, okay. I can plug it in really quickly if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I have it plugged into my laptop, but my laptop is
this would be his time to talk. What you doing?
What she was just discussing, I said if the shoe were on the other foot and her ex is coming up out throwing mud on the wall and being messy, I told her the same thing. I wouldn't entertain that, to be honest. I don't have time for that. I'm a very busy man. I wouldn't want to entertain that as well. Mm-hmm. And we talked about that, and her bringing up that she doesn't know if I'm healed. I don't know if I could say the same thing for her to be able to do something like that on a big platform when she's moved on. She has another man and has moved on. So to do what she did, it didn't make sense to me. And
Eddie.
Wait, so it was his
his current soon to be ex-wife commenting on her page.
Oh, I thought she was just talking about a random.
No, that's why I said why do that to somebody? Then on top of that, the soon to be ex-wife already has a man.
Yeah, because it's that mindset of if he can't be happy with me,
he not gonna be happy with nobody. That's selfish.
Yeah,
you're talking about your ex-wife to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's already moved on as another man, and I don't know why you would even do that. Just being messy. I probably seeing me on a platform, and we've been together forever since 2007. That's a long stretch, and to see that maybe, I don't know what it did, but I'm completely moved on. I am completely detached from that, and I can't speak.
I just now read her shirt.
Oh, world's best ex-girlfriend. Yeah. I don't know why. Stop buying these. That's a Fashion Nova shirt, man.
Bro,
I don't like when people get these clothing items that call you something that is originally supposed to be bad. Like, stop trying to turn bad things into like good traits. Like, I'm that B. Like, no, you're not. You're not a pregnant female dog. my ex loves me. Well, guess what? You're an ex, so clearly the love didn't matter, right? It's like stop wearing these bad titles, like
for or control others' actions, and that's unfortunate, and I understand it. But I thought her when I was on the show, I didn't see something, and I may have been talking to Danny next to me or something, but when it was time for her to pop between me, La, and Hubert, she was about to pop on me. And I brought that up. So I was like, all right, out of the three. And just right before then, Hubert just got through flaming her. And I'm like, damn. When I went to go watch the show back over, I didn't see that initially, that she was coming over to pop me. I don't know where I was not seeing that. But had I saw that, I would have thought in my head, like, she really is not interested in me in that way. I don't know what it is. She's a sweetheart. I don't think she'll really bring up what it is. She mentioned like I'm too old to be too picky, bald or whatnot. I don't know if you don't like baldness or what it is. You never mentioned anything about that. But in my head, when I rewatched it, it seemed that way. Like you were gonna pop on me. Yeah, so I didn't see it initially. I may have been.
It's because the camera catches things that you guys don't see.
Yeah.
That's how we were able to point out Hubert constantly in people's ears, whispering to people the whole time, and then causing people to part. That's how we were able to catch the little signs that the cousins were doing. Shout out to Mike and Keto. I'm glad that they worked out, but him and Priest was for sure doing signals and doing all that other stuff and looking at each other and saying stuff. Like it was very obvious. Like, and that's why I like this show. And I like the camera angles, because some of y'all be on some sneak diss type of energy, and the camera be exposing y'all for like how that goes. You get caught in 4K.
I've been talking to Danny right next to me, but when I watched the show again and she had the choice between La, Hubert, and me, you know, she did her little shuffle back and forth, and then he popped, but she was clearly headed to me. So before all the other things that she rightfully so wouldn't want to continue on, you have your preferences and everything, before those even came up, after seeing that video, she already had her mind made up, in my opinion, that, you know, I may not be her flavor. That's just what it looked like.
And you know what's funny? Content creators, and y'all are gonna know it, to get their clickbaits and their thumbnails, I bet you they're gonna focus on just this part of the video, and they're gonna completely just ignore the other 16 minutes of dialogue, right? They're only gonna focus on this point of the video, and I bet you there's gonna be some crazy caption like, "Oh, she tried to make him a rebound," or "She didn't really want him."
Woman not fully healed.
Yeah, yeah.
And the problem I have with those channels is that they're very disingenuous. They like to cut, copy and paste and drag and move stuff into certain spots. They always twist the stories. If you're gonna talk about something, talk about it in its totality. Don't cut it where it's convenient for you to get your clicks and your views, and then lie on somebody's character. Yeah, I don't like that.
Like y'all can dislike a lot of the stuff we do on this channel, but one thing we don't do is, if we're wrong about something and we're scummy about something, or we're biased about it, y'all gonna see it in the video. We'll argue with y'all in the comments about why we think of it, but at least you guys can see in our reactions, you can see what leads us to this conclusion, if we're biased or not. A lot of y'all be watching these channels and they start out the gate 100% biased, and they'll only stay on that stance the whole time.
It's like a hate campaign. Yeah. No matter what, like whether you're a male or a female, like both sides do it. It's sad. But
hey, if y'all do see a video pop up, I want y'all to remember I said this. I want y'all to come back here and say, "Hey, I seen it." That's all you gotta say is, "I seen
it." To me, so.
Okay, Johyko, let's hear from you.
I can answer that. Well, first, Hubert had not done anything yet. It was in that moment that he had actually popped, because you're saying after Hubert already said what he said. He hadn't said anything yet. That's why he popped, because I was taking too long to pop. It was my turn to pop the balloon, and because I couldn't decide, and yes, I was walking your way, and that's when he popped, and that's when all the "why did you pop your balloon" transpired with Hubert. So
my memory is terrible.
Yeah, it had not happened yet.
So you were walking his way to go pop his balloon?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, out of those three, I really did not know who to pop. I'm sure many can speak for me when they say that you have to pop. Like, I remember I asked, I was like, can I ask a question? Like, can I have more of a reason to eliminate somebody? But the rule of the game is you have to eliminate somebody. I didn't have enough information. Honestly, to my opinion, all three of them physically, they were not bad looking. You know what I mean? So going off of looks, that was not the reason. I just had to pop. Like, I had to pop. Okay. So I popped. I was almost going to pop on Hubert because that's who I almost popped on first. Like, I almost popped on him. And then actually, I was going to pop on you. And then I was going to go back and pop on Hubert. That's when he popped, Because then I was about to pop on him. Then I started to walk towards you. I'm not going to lie.
Hold on, y'all. Let's see.
What episode was that?
Let's see. Because we can see the segment for ourselves. Where is Hubertus Communicatus? Okay. Okay, this is so before Hubert popped. Okay. Let's see.
Wow. Okay. Give me 1 second, please. Okay, let me see here. Okay. That's nice. Oh, that's nice. Thanks. Wow, that's trouble. Oh, God.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, look.
Well,
You were still going to go pop him.
Okay, look.
Yeah, she was still going to go pop him.
Yeah.
Well, he popped his.
He popped. Let's come on over.
Yeah, you was still going to go pop him. Yeah. So yeah, you were still gonna go pop him. It doesn't matter.
What does that do?
What?
What does that do?
He's not wrong for feeling like she was gonna just reject him. He's not wrong for his assumption because she was going to. He was going to be popped, and he felt like because she was gonna go pop that maybe he felt that maybe he wasn't the one that she wanted.
Okay.
And that it gives him the feeling that maybe she settled.
Okay.
It was confusion, okay? I did not know what to do. And I didn't even base my popping reason on anything aside from the fact that I had to pop somebody.
Okay, so is Chad? Chad is someone that is your type, though.
Yeah, no, Chad is attractive.
Okay.
Like I've said before, Chad to me, it was between Chad and I forgot Danny that were best dressed. And if I had to pick between them two, Danny still had like streetwear. He still had the shredded jeans. Chad looked.
No. Are you talking about the guy in the front, the first guy?
Danny was the last one with all black, and he had like the. Oh,
you call that streetwear?
The shredded jeans, like dinner wise, like that's more like street urban, and I look at like a first date type thing as like a first dinner,
Slacks.
like first encounter. So yeah, I was looking for something more. So he was the only one that didn't really come off as streetwear. He had on like a collared shirt. He had on just some solid jeans, and he had on like I guess I don't know what kind of sneakers to call those, but like kind of like all those
Timberlands.
Oh, right, but they were nice shoes. They weren't like sneakers, like he was the best dressed in my opinion, based on how he put himself together, Okay. Now, some of the other guys were more stylish, but for the occasion, Chad matched more so what I would have wanted to see everybody on the lineup with, even though he still, was still casual, but it was appropriate, so yeah, I don't know. Chad is even when I talk to Chad on the phone, we still talk often. And, I look at him, he's very attractive. I love when the sun hits his face. He has a nice skin. The bald head looks good. I don't have preference on hair, so it has nothing to do with that. The only reason I popped on you was because I was taking too long picking.
It's been like that
really
this whole
didn't
time.
know who. That was a very challenging time at that moment. So yeah, that's the only reason I popped.
Yeah. Okay. No, I can see that.
Yeah.
Chad, does that give you the clarification?
I'll give you that.
This is my true honesty, but you're entitled to still feel how you feel, and I respect that. But I'm giving you my genuine, straight, raw, authentic transparency. I have no reason to lie.
Okay, so now how's dating life? Are you guys dating still? Since it obviously didn't work between the two of you, are you guys seeing other people? Are you still out there? Like, how's that going?
Let Chad answer.
I'll let her answer first.
Me?
Okay,
Dang
go
it,
ahead,
Chad.
Johyko.
Dang it, Chad. She
Try
didn't
to
talk
help,
to
bro.
She didn't talk the majority of this video, dog. When you gonna speak? I want to hear your opinion.
I mean, right now, I'm open to dating. Clearly, my DMs have gone insane crazy
Oh, I
since
bet.
my viral moment. But I'm still very, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm very intentional, you know, so I'm just not willing to link up with whoever because of whatever.
Mm,
My dating technique still has not changed, you know. I'm someone I was married already. I've been divorced 7 years. I was in one little 3-month relationship, and here I am still single. Um, I don't mind being here until, you know, the right thing comes along. So that's just
yeah.
where I am with it. I haven't found any good opportunities yet. Yeah, so I'm here. I'm patiently waiting.
Okay. Chad, what about yourself?
Not to the extent that Johyko had, but I think mainly because they were hearing, you know, I have a mobile pet care business. I have a fat cat at home. The cat ladies did start rolling in,
Not the
and
cat ladies.
others.
Can we see the cat?
But I'm not.
What?
I'm not the type.
He said he has a fat cat. Pause. I would like to see the kitty. I would like to see it. I shall be the judge of whether or not it is the chunky or not. So I would like to see the cat. Where is it?
You have a problem.
She just don't respect chunky animals.
No,
man.
you be wanting a hippopotamus. You
Yup.
be wanting seals. You be wanting
Yup.
walruses.
Yup.
You be wanting pigs. You
Yup.
just like them animals is probably suffering because they that big.
No, they're not. They're happy.
All right, bro.
And I'm
when the
not really
seals
that experienced in
swimming
dating.
off the
I've been
cliff.
in one relationship, like I said, since 2007. So this is all new to me, and
Right.
just my preference is one person at a time. I'm not trying to juggle or anything like that. I have my values, and the way I want to conduct myself is just easier for me because I value peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, for everything to run the way it does, but. I did read all those DMs, and there was one that was real classy and
Ooh.
respectful, and you know she seemed happy about the situation, but also threw in the if it didn't work out, you know, hit me up. And
Y'all so greasy.
Y'all are bold.
Y'all are greasy, bruh. Hey, I know you just got matched, but if he ain't the type of dude you need, you feel me? Go ahead and hit my line back.
What makes you think I'm about to hit your line and you trying to rid somebody in a DM?
In the DMs.
What are
bruh.
you?
Man, y'all ain't got no type of tack.
I did
Catfish me.
and
And he told me because I told we talked.
I did tell her.
Oh.
I did tell her, and I'll say thank you to BM and to you because in the first 2 weeks when me and Johyko were speaking, we were every day. Even though I felt like she was up front, and I did tell her, you know, the first day I had my memory, she had hers, but we did get to the point fast. We were very direct in our communication, and I
That's
love
good.
that. And that's actually part of the reason I was attracted to her on the stage. Her confidence, and then getting torched and the way she responded to that, the class and everything. That was dope to me,
Yeah.
and I know what I want, and that aligned with what I wanted. And but when I reached out to in the DMs, I sensed that in that message as well. And I gotta say, I'm operating the same way. I don't have a technique because I'm not dating or anything, but my technique is be straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
We're not here for a long time. Don't waste
Technique.
anybody's time. I got a business. I got kids.
Right.
I'm a one woman type man, and I know that. Uh, well, I don't know, but from hearing from everybody, the dating market has peeing it or it's fecal matter, all that, what everybody's saying. But I think I'm a good judge of character, and who I reach out to, we tackle some heavy topics just across the board, and
Mm-hmm.
and my technique this time was to not go first and ask questions. So just in case, I was protecting myself,
Okay.
to not get love bombed, or I was very protective. And it was weird how on just about, I can't say just about, on every level, we were connecting. So
Wow.
I think you may have found the female version of me, to be honest.
Oh.
And yeah.
That's crazy work, man. Imagine getting matched and then you find out that you were just the alley-oop. You were the assist. That's basically, by her going on the show and then him being able to get the spotlight and then match, the girl in the DM was able to shoot her shot, and conveniently they just disconnected and essentially alley-ooped him into the other girls, and now he's having something successful with the DM girl. That's crazy work.
You better hope it ain't the ex-wife.
Ooh, that would
They'll
be,
do it. They'll do it.
That's some.
They'll do it. They'll make burner accounts and all that kind of stuff. I'm just saying, people got time nowadays.
Yeah, so once me and Johyko started, the first 2 weeks, we were talking every day, and then it kind of started to fade. But I checked on her when the storm came and everything. She's a dope
Right.
person. But once it started to fade, then I reached out to her to say, hey, what's up? And it kind of ramped up real quick. And yeah, so we're actually gonna see each other for the first time at the end of the month and see how it goes. But I don't I don't think I'm moving too fast,
Okay.
because of everything we talked about. And but it's not to say I'm gonna rush anything, but I have some strong feelings, I must admit. And
Uh-oh.
yeah, I think you may have found somebody for me, even though it wasn't a screen on
And
the
you know
show and
what? If it
everything.
does work out, she's a lucky girl, because at the end of the day, and I told Chad this as well. Like, I was very, transparent with him. He's a great guy. Like, unfortunately, it's just his circumstances that I can't.
You
Like,
can't get
I
with.
told him, I said, look, even if you weren't married and you were fully divorced, you have an ex-wife that decided to come on my page, and that,
Messy.
and I hate situations like that where it's not even at the cause of you, but unfortunately
Mm-hmm.
because of your environment around you. And,
Yeah.
again, like,
What'd you flick me for?
I didn't flick you.
You did. Yeah, that's how I looked at you.
Oh,
Oh,
maybe it was a
I br-
reflex.
yeah, it's probably me breaking this camera. That's probably, dude. My elbow is like, it felt like it's about to pop out of socket.
I
You
don't
don't
know
need
her.
it.
I don't know what she's capable of. The fact that she felt that way. Wait, what if I come to Vegas or you move here, or like,
Don't need
so
it.
I have kids
You
that I
just
have to
don't know.
protect. I have myself that I need to protect. So I was like, it's just unfortunate, because I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, Chad is a great person. I was really looking forward to getting to know him. We had some great topics. I did feel like we aligned in certain areas, but unfortunately, it's so unpredictable when you're going through a divorce, and that
Right.
it's just a risk I can't take. I could take that risk, but the risk of things, hey, she wants to work, we don't know. And I just can't take like an announcement like that, because I am somebody that, like I said, I'm intentional. So if I like you, I like you. I'm gonna, I go hard, I fall hard. And I would hate for something like that to ever happen to me. And then, like
Yeah.
I said, that other aspect, but he's a good guy. He really is.
Thank you.
And that's why I choose to still be friends with him, because at the end of the day, when I don't feel like things are working out, I'm like, okay, cut you off. But no, I do want to know how he's doing. Every day when I'm calling him, he's doing his pet grooming, and I love that for him. Like, the black boy joy in that whole, like, you don't see too many black men in that industry,
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you don't.
to see him doing his thing, and I really love that for
amazing.
him.
Yeah.
So no, I truly wish you
Okay.
the best. And
Hey, to his ex-wife or soon-to-be ex-wife, you are slimy work, man. Cause I really just been listening to this video, and I'm like, I was really processing it, because when she initially said it, like I said earlier in the video, I didn't catch that it was his ex or his future ex-wife that was going crazy in her DMs like that. And so, like, this whole entire video, as she keeps getting it up, I'm just getting angrier and angrier, because that is crazy work.
Yes, dear. That is still somebody's wife.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's like, it's slimy. Like, it's still right. Dang, man, I can't even talk how I want to talk, because that's still his wife.
Yes, you gotta take it back.
I'll take
Her actions her actions were completely wrong.
Yeah,
completely
that's just
terrible.
And then she already moved on.
Yes,
that's like,
yes.
Man, you lucky that's your wife, man. Man.
In your future dating endeavors.
Yeah, and Chad, we're gonna definitely have to hear more.
Alex just saved y'all from a kite rant, bro.
More about this. We might have to bring you on BM Talks
You're
to
lucky.
hear
I was
more
about to
about
find it
this.
that quick, but you know,
I'm with that. I'll do it.
And now, Johyko, you know, you're still out there.
I'm out there. I'm open.
Would you be interested on coming back, or like, you know, what's it looking like for you?
Show?
Yeah.
If you guys like, I could, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I'm sure
I don't even watch this type of stuff, to be honest, but I saw a clip and that shit was funny. Popping on the Short Kings, all the trash talking. It's funny. But not only that, how genuine you are. I could tell that you find pure joy in matching two people. You literally had two people getting married because of your show. Had you not made that show, those two people would not have connected. That's dope as hell. Shout out to them.
Shout out to my husband.
Shout out to you guys.
Okay, husband plug. Okay, no shame. Plug him.
Y'all don't
put no respect on that man's name.
Y'all don't give BM enough credit. We always gonna be in Team BM's camp because y'all don't give that man enough credit.
And when people don't, his wife will always give him all the accolades.
Yeah. It's just it's the same way some of y'all come in here and some of y'all don't like Alex and then some of y'all don't like me, and it's just like, well, unfortunately,
you don't like him, you don't like me, you don't like me, you don't like him.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So, also to the people that go, the husband talk too much.
It's his show.
It's my channel. What's
going on?
This is my show.
that's like getting watching doggone Ellen DeGeneres and talking about Ellen talk too much. It's her show. Freak, you don't want to watch it? Change the channel.
My wife is a part of me, but this is my channel. This is my show. It's like,
yeah, this is not my channel.
Actually, it is your channel, but yeah, we got reasons why this is not called Kite, Alex. There's a reason why, but this is equally her channel, but this is still my channel. Watch how you talk to me. I'll smoke you. You freaking play with me. I got internet shooters out here. Stop playing with me, bro.
Oh.
In GTA, and 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 Grand Theft Auto, and Grand Theft Auto Online, and GTA, and GTA, and GTA. It's a skit. This is a skit. It is a skit.
Genuine you guys
It's a
were,
skit. This is a skit.
Class and that, I wouldn't have entertained, no disrespect, but I wouldn't have entertained some of the other shows because it just didn't compare to this one. You as a host, the class, the genuine joy in what you do is why I don't do anything like this. Shout out to Brian. I'm from the ghetto. We don't like to bring attention to ourselves.
I'm from the ghetto. I'm from the ghetto. Shout out Brian.
I don't got no preferences. I'm from the ghetto. We just get it out the mud. But you got baby mamas and you got baby daddies. I don't like that. That's against my preference.
That's
but I'm
clown
from the
activity.
Ghetto.
It's clown activity.
Hey.
Not bring attention to ourselves, but I am one to go against the grain for most of my family, and I'll like start my own business and doing like I'll get on stage, do character. I like to get outside the box and do things. And this was this was the biggest outside of the box thing that I did, and I had a great time. And shit, you guys probably changed my life with what's going on right now. We'll see, to be determined.
Okay.
But,
no, we definitely have to hear more, Chad. I got to talk to BM about this.
Okay, talk to him and get back to me.
Thanks for having me, guys. Like I appreciate.
She said that. Where's BM at? BM on a side mission?
Well, it's a catch up. Typically, she does the catch ups by herself.
No, I'm saying that, but she said I got to talk to BM about this. Like he ain't. She said that like he ain't like BM on a secret mission right now.
He probably is. He's a producer.
What if You know what'd be crazy? Cutaway, like the Family Guy cutaways, and cut the BM. He on like a jet ski flipping, like a secret agent. Agent BM.
Everybody wanted to know. Everybody's been DMing me. Are you still talking to him? Here is your answer.
He like Perry the Platypus.
Perry
Agent B. He blasted selfie, dodging nukes.
I'm tired.
Right. Are you guys still together? What's going on? How are you in your match? Me and my match, we are friends. I'm happy for him. I wish the best for him. I'm still single, but relax your body, please.
We'll see what we can do about that.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want me back on the show, I'm sure people would love to see me back on the show. I'm open to it, but I just really want it to be intentional. I really want to meet somebody special. So and it happened. So yeah, we can talk about that.
I don't feel that I'm biased. She was one of the biggest stars on the show. She has to be back.
Right, girl. People waiting for you.
Reunion. If there's a reunion, I would love to come back on the reunion. But I'm open to it because I think people kind of got to know who I was.
They did.
So I feel like if men know that I'm coming back, or maybe they won't know, maybe they'll be like, you know what, she was a serious one. I want to go with serious intent. So just to kind of, as long as they're not I love my professional men. So no street, no hood guys, none of that. We could talk about it. I'm scared of those people. Mm-mm.
So any upcoming projects, just for us to go ahead and wrap it up, that we could be on the lookout from either one of you?
As for me, I mean, I'm just still doing the same thing. I'm still here doing social work. Now, because of the viral moment, I did sign to an agency. So, we're looking at possible things, God willing. Hopefully I can get some brand deals. I got some things in the making. So I don't know yet. I don't know what will become of it. It's a little different for me because I'm just someone who just likes to be me. I'm on social media just to be on social media. I consider myself an influencer, not because I'm like an Instagram influencer, but I influence people through my traveling, through my hair. People have literally...
You know what I'm trying to get sponsored by? I get sponsored by that water bottle. I'll drink a lot of water. I would like some water. I don't want we'll never do a gambling sponsor or anything. But I would just like to be sponsored by a beverage.
You talking about the coldest water?
I don't know if that's what it is. I would just like
a big hydro flask.
I would take, bro. If Arrowhead Water was we'll sponsor you, I'd take that. I'm just saying water in general. I would like to be sponsored by a drink.
Cool. I thought you were saying the cup.
What's wrong with the cup?
Mute me.
I retract my statement.
Told me I cut my hair because of you. I visited this country because of you. So that's why I consider myself an influencer. So I'm on social media just to show people my life and to just spread that positivity, the happiness, and and that's it. So this is kind of like a new realm for me. Now I'm like, we need you to create content. Ugh. But we'll see what comes out of that. People are just saying I'm naturally pretty, my hair, all this. So might as well see what opportunities can come from it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can't wait to see somewhere else. I know. Thank you guys for that opportunity. I still can't believe I went that viral. That was, yeah.
Now, Chad, what about for yourself? Any upcoming projects? Anything we could be on the lookout for?
Well, I've been sitting on several lyric folders for I don't know how many years, and just as of recent, in the last couple of years, I've been putting those projects into action and, dropping music on my YouTube page. I do have one project coming in a few weeks. So, but outside of that, with my business, I am proud to say shout out to my boy AJ, helping another Black man create his business in the same field.
Nice.
Just trying to tackle every avenue of it: sitting, training, linking with breeders. I had people in my DMs not only just to holler, but to network with business. You don't see in this field just Black people, period, that often. And I had a lot of women reaching out to network. I have my brother out in California. I was already talking about networking with him to expand out there. And couple people out there that's already established. So, just webbing out and seeing where this goes.
Yeah.
I perfected the
Expanding.
craft. Now it's time to grow.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, good luck to both of you guys. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming on today.
Thanks for
I wish you
having
both
us.
the best of luck in everything you do. And thank you everyone at home for tuning in. We'll catch you all next time.
Hey man. So this wasn't a bad catch up. It's an unfortunate thing, and I want to say the expression, but I'm not calling anybody trash. But it's like another man's trash is another man's treasure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not calling anybody trash though.
No,
you know
it's just it's the situation at hand. Like despite them matching, because there was a lack of communication in between that, another woman was able to, scoop on up and claim the prize.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Bye.